Well, hello. Welcome back to another video about the WSG Client, but this time we're going deeper into each feature. So, of course, we're going to start. This is the first one after the introduction video. So this is about setup. This is about installing the WSG Client onto your computer. So first, for most of the tools that are available in the for the soaring ecosystem of Microsoft Flight Simulator, these are all small tools developed that we don't have the budget to afford official certificates and stuff like that. So a lot of the tools will fire the Windows SmartScreen warning, or your antivirus, possibly the firewall. Most of these tools do need access to network because they are communicating with the server online or between themselves. So the firewall access is also needed. So the first advice I would tell you is that when you place these files in on your computer, you can exclude the folder where you install these tools from your antivirus, because it will probably fire a false positive, and it will remove the software. So you're gonna be stuck. So most of everyone that I know that have installed these tools, they have to exclude the folder where they put the tools from their antivirus. So the best thing is to probably use one folder, install all of these tools in that folder, and exclude that folder from your antivirus. The second thing is when you will probably need to run these tools manually at least once, even if they are all integrated into the client. You'll have to run the client. You'll have to run the little listener tool that we have. Also, you're gonna have to probably run the SSC-Tracker by itself, the NB21 Logger by itself, because all of them the first time may fire up a SmartScreen warning where you have to allow the tool to run. And other prompts that you may see is allowed access to the network. So that's the firewall. So you need also to allow them through the firewall so they can work properly. So that's my first advice on that. Don't be surprised. You might have some hurdles there. Come to us. Come to the Discord. We are here to help you get over these hurdles if you have them and you don't know how to handle them. Okay, so now that this has been done, when you launch the WSG Client for the first time, and it goes through the SmartScreen and stuff like that, you will get to this screen, the setup wizard, because there's no configuration yet for the client. So you will get to this screen, and whether you were a user of the DPHX Classic, the unpack and load tool or not, you will get the step one or not. If you're totally new, you've never used the DPHX unpack and load, this step should not appear, and you will be right to on step two, which will be step one, obviously, in your case. But if you've ever used the DPHX unpack and load, the setup wizard might detect that you've been using that DPHX application in the past, or recently. Two things may happen. If you still use it and it detects it, then it will probably come up and it will detect the folder, and it will offer you to migrate your settings from DPHX. So it will take as much as possible all of the settings that you have in DPHX unpack and load, and it will bring them here. Me, right now, I've configured my stuff so that it doesn't find the configuration. So right now it says, yeah, you may have had the DPHX installed, but I can't find your settings. I could try to locate and tell him where my DPHX folder is, and it would take the settings, but I don't want to. I want to show you what it does when you are installing from scratch anyway. Okay. So I'm leaving it like that. Like I said, if you are a DP-check user, you probably will have all of that, and this will be checked, so it will migrate your settings from the DP-check unpacking tool. Let's go next. So the next thing we need is to be identified on the WSG Client client. This is a tool that is integrated to wsgclient.org, so it needs to know who you are. Okay, so it can set your pilot name and your competition ID, and he's going to be able to also configure the NB21 Logger and the SSC-Tracker with the same information. So you only have to enter that once on WSG Client and not like 3 times, 4 times at different places. So if it doesn't recognize you right here, you don't have your information, it will tell you to open login to wsgclient.org. Sometimes you have to be logged in, but not only logged in, but you have to log in or refresh the page after you start the setup wizard. So right now, I'm not identified. Even if I do refresh, well, it's going to go back here, but it's not taking my information. I could open wsgclient.org here, and it would reload the information, and then it would recognize me automatically. If I don't open, I could have, if I already have the tab open, the website open, I can also go into my profile and look at, make sure that I have a pilot name and a pilot ID, and save. And doing that, it will send the information to the setup wizard, and you will be able to resume the setup. So once you are identified, then the next is highlighted, is available, and you can also click on the steps here if you want. So the next step, you are identified. If you are identified correctly, you click next, and then you have to tell him which simulator you have installed. Okay, so I only have 2024 on this computer, so I'm going to click install. If you have on the 2024 checkbox, if you have both, you can check both. So once I click the install for this platform, it will try to detect automatically which version you have. So if you don't have any, really weird custom configuration, it will detect if you have the EMS store or the Steam store version, and it will set these folders for you. Okay, just make sure that it seems okay. If you know that you've used some really special custom folders, then yeah, do look that they are correctly configured. And to do that, you can open the Windows Explorer and just check that you have the right. It is the right place. Okay. And if they are not the right one, then you can browse, and it will offer you a dialog where you can select where is that folder. Usually, like I said, if you have a regular installation, it will detect the right version, and it will be all okay. It's true also for 2020. If I click install here on 2020, it will tell me it can't find it automatically. I don't have it, so I would have to manually select the one. But like I said, I don't have it, so it doesn't detect them automatically. Once you have that, you click next, and then the units. So what kind of units are you going to use? Either metric, imperial, or a set of both. So sometimes you can use a mix of both. So for me, usually I use speed, I use knots, wind speed, I use meter per second, distance, yes, altitude is in feet for me. In Canada, we use feet for the altitude, the distance is more kilometer. The gate, I prefer diameter. The gate measurement, I use the metric. I use HPA for the barometric pressure. No, sorry, I use inch of mercury, and I use Celsius for the temperature. Okay, once you are done with that, you do next, and you can always, come back later in the settings to change that. It's not, you don't have to do that right now. It's just a convenience thing. And then step 5, install is very important. Okay, this is where you actually tell it what you want to install. So if you are brand new to Soaring and you've never had any or much of any tools installed, then I would highly recommend that you check all of them. leave them all checked. So it would install the NB21 Logger, the SSC-Tracker, the EFB companion app for WSG 2. It will associate the DPHX files with the WSG client automatically, so you can double click on your computer. You double click the DPHX file, it will open up the tool. You will also have these two here: install freeware gliders, mods, and liveries. All the freeware gliders, the mods that are associated, and the liveries for these gliders, they will all be installed. All the known and the ones that are the most flown. Freeware, of course. Payware, I can't install them for you, but we'll see that later in the catalog. And install soaring useful add-ons, some that are not gliders. We have tow planes, we have the weather presets package and stuff like that that we use, that all of us use. Then yes, you also click this. If you prefer to choose your own gliders and add-ons yourself, then uncheck them, and later on in the catalog you'll be able to install the ones you want. Okay, if you are worried about what will be installed, then uncheck them. If you are if you've never used DPHX or and for any reason you have the NB21 Logger already installed and the SSC-Tracker or an SSC-Tracker installed, but it cannot detect them for some reason, then you can uncheck them and you'll be able to specify where they are a little bit later, okay, in the settings. If it does detect the NB21 Logger, it has ways to detect if they are installed. Then you'll see it will be different. It will already installed. It will be grayed out, and it will say already installed, and it will only sync the WSG client to the already installed tools. Okay, so it won't reinstall another copy of that. For me, I want to do the full thing like I was a brand new user, so I'm gonna choose to install them. Okay, and then I think I'm done. So I go next. And in the step 6, I have a review of all the decision, all the things that I've chosen. My account, there's no classic DPHX migration here. My MSS 2024, 2020, my custom units, and the tools that I will be installed, the association with DPHX, and what the gliders and add-ons that will be installed too. And once I'm ready, I just click go. I'm doing that right now. So you might see a flash of NB21 Logger launch because it's synchronized with it. And then you have all of these downloads that are happening. You will see all the downloads that are currently happening, okay? Even if you have some already installed, it will just sync with them. It will make sure that it has the right version. And unfortunately, we cannot just rely on the manifest that is on each glider package, because sometimes they differ. The version does not vary, and they differ from the public information that is available on that glider. So we have to, the tool has to re-download them and validate that it is the right version. Some glider, like the Discus 2C standard, is like 3 gig, 2 to 3 gigabytes. So it will take some time to download and install. If you already have the Pro version, then it will not install them. So I'm done. Everything has been installed. I have the Discus premium version, so it did not download the standard version because it is included in the premium. So if you already have that, it won't install the freeware version. All right. So we're gonna go over the gliders and add-ons in a later video, but you can see right now that everything is in green for me for both the add-ons and for the gliders. But we're gonna go over that later. So basically, I'm all installed. If I go back to settings, I will see that, yes, it brought my 2024 installation with the path that were detected. It's gonna have the storage set already to default settings for the DPHX files. If you want to change that, you can, but it's working like that. The unpack, the staging folder, the temporary folder where it unpacks the files is there. It's really not it's just temporary folder. You don't have to change these. Then you have the tools, where you'll see the companion tools here. I think I'm going to go on a different video that will cover all of the settings, but just quickly see that it has installed the 21 Logger, the SSC-Tracker. It has installed them in my folder where I have the WSG Client right now. So like I said, my exclusion in my antivirus is on the root folder, so I think it's even on the MSFS tool. So everything I install inside that folder is excluded from my antivirus. Yeah, that's it. XCSOR, I don't. If you're not using it, you don't mind. If you are using it, then you'll have to specify the folder where you want the XCSOR files to be unpacked. And in the behavior, it's the behavior of the app. So you have your information, logged in information on WSG, and you have a bunch of options. Again, I'm going to go into more detail in the settings video. And you have the units that you've just picked during the setup wizard. At any time, you can start again the setup wizard and go over it again and change the information. And even see here now it has them installed. It detected that, of course, it just did an installation, so they are not available. It's going to reuse the same installation. So yeah, you could go and next and go again to relaunch the setup that will validate everything for you. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop there for the installation. Maybe one more thing. If you chose in the setup to not install the NB21 Logger and the tracker, and because you have them but the tool did not detect them, then you would need to come here and it would say install here, but you could also specify here where they are, the path of the folder where you install the NB21 Logger and the tracker, and when you do that, it will just say update. So you'll click on update. It's going to check that you have the right version, and that's it. You'll be done with the installation of the NB21 and SSC-Tracker. It's going to use the folders where you already have them, if you already have them. So I hope that makes sense. You can always leave comments on the video or come to my Discord. Again, don't forget, in the help and support here, you all have the links to the Discord. So don't hesitate. Come to the Discord and ask your question. Then there, I'm here to help. Don't forget that all of these videos are on the client playlist. If you don't know where to find them again, they are on the help and support. So click on that and you'll see all the videos that are made for the tutorials of the WSG client. So yeah, I hope it was useful, and I'll see you in the next video, which will probably cover all of the settings more in details. Thank you. Bye-bye.